"Ma'am," he called up to her.
"Go away. Can't you see I'm busy?"
Dots of black paint splattered the sand around him. She'd almost obliterated the left-hand corner of the upper lip, transforming the Marilyn Monroe sexpot pout into Marilyn Manson gothic rot. The cynic inside him grinned. Brody had always hated those tacky red lips. Still, it was a Valentine icon, and he was sworn to uphold the law. He glanced around and spied the lollipop-pink VW Bug parked between two old abandoned railway cars rusting alongside the train tracks that ran parallel to the highway. He could see a red and pink beaded heart necklace dangling from the rearview mirror, and a sticker on the chrome bumper proclaimed, "I heart romance." All righty then. "If you don't cease and desist, I'll have to arrest you," he explained. She stopped long enough to balance the brush on the paint can and glower down at him.
"On what charges?"
"Destruction of private property. The billboard is on Kelvin Wentworth's land."
"I'm doing this town a much-needed community service," she growled.
"Oh, yeah?"
"This,"
she said, sweeping a hand at the billboard,
"is false advertising. It perpetuates a dangerous myth. I'm getting rid of it before it can suck in more impressionable young girls."
"What myth is that?"
"That there's such things as true love and romance, magic and soulmates. Rubbish. All those fairy tales are complete and utter rubbish, and I fell for it hook, line, and sinker."
"Truth in advertising is an oxymoron."
"Exactly, and I'm pulling the plug."
You'll get no argument from me, he thought. But vandalism was vandalism, and he was the sheriff, even if he agreed with her in theory. In practice, he was the law. "Want to talk about it?" She glared.
"To a man? You've got to be kidding me."
"Judging from your unorthodox attire and your displeasure with the billboard in particular and men in general, I'm going to go out on a limb here and guess that you were jilted at the altar."
"Perceptive,"
she said sarcastically. "Another woman?" She didn't respond immediately, and he was about to repeat the question when she muttered, "The Chicago Bears." "The Bears?"
"Football."
Brody sank his hands onto his hips. "The guy jilted you over football?"
"Bastard."
She was back at it again, slinging paint. "He sounds like a dumbass."
"He's Trace Houlihan."
Brody shrugged. "Is that supposed to mean something?"
"You don't know who he is?"
"Nope."
"Hallelujah,"
the bride that wasn't said.
"I've found the one man in Texas who's not ate up with football."
It wasn't that he didn't like football, but the last couple of years his life had been preoccupied with adjusting to losing his leg in Iraq, getting over a wife who'd left him for another man, helping his wayward sister raise her young daughter, and settling into his job as sheriff. He hadn't had much time for leisurely pursuits. "How'd you get up there?" Brody asked.
"With my white sequined magical jetpack."
"You've got a lot of anger built up inside."
"You think?"
"I know you're heartbroken and all," he drawled. "But I'm gonna have to ask you to stop painting the Valentine kisser."
"This isn't the first time, you know,"
she said without breaking stride. Swish, swish, swish went the paintbrush. "You've vandalized a sign before?"
"I've been stood up at the altar before."
"No kidding."
"Last year. The ratfink never showed up. Left me standing in the church for over an hour while my wilting orchid bouquet attracted bees."
"And still you were willing to try again."
"I know, I'm an idiot. Or at least I was. But I'm turning over a new leaf. Joining the skeptics."
"Well, if you don't stop painting the sign, you're going to be joining the ranks of the inmates at the Jeff Davis County Jail."
"You've got prisoners?"
Figure of speech. How did she know the jail was empty 50% of the time?